Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org. Arise and start your week with me, Colin JP, every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Seclo Sounds. Arise will feature words of encouragement, plus music to inspire and uplift you for the week ahead. Let us hear from you with your requests, your dedications, and your stories of inspiration. So join me, Colin JP, every Sunday between 8 and 10 a.m. on Seclo Sounds.
Diamond Head with Truckin' from 1993, and Brian's next choice is a track that you may not know from his back catalogue. And again, we'll hand over to Brian to give the story of Run from Death and Progress.
Run from Death and Progress, and I picked this because I always think this is a really good song that's kind of been overlooked a little. That album is a good album, but it never really achieved the status of anything like the first album or even the second album when we eventually got signed to MCA. This album came out on Castle Communications in 1993, but the song was written in 1990 when Sean and I first got back together, because the band had split in 1985 and we were dropped from our record deal in 1984. So anyway, we got back together, and one of the reasons we got back together is because Metallica were just so huge at the time with the Black Album and the amount of press they were doing, and they were constantly name-checking Diamond Head as their, major influence. So the people that were around us just thought this would be a perfect time for Diamond Head to do something else now and get back together and water under the bridge. So Sean and I got back together and started writing. We wrote about 8 songs at his house, and he'd got an 8-track recorder by this point. So we demoed these songs, and Run was one of them. Previous to that, I'd had a band called Radio Moscow, and we had a song, I think it was called Something Must Be Done. It was never released, but we had this song demoed here. And then when Sean and I got back together, I remember playing parts of that song to Sean because I wanted to explain to him how relative minor worked, and because it starts in C-sharp minor and goes to E major for the chorus, and it's just something I discovered. I didn't know, no one explained it to me. I just thought, oh, that works, that's brilliant. And of course, years later, I read about relative minor, and so I understood that it is a songwriter's tool. So the song was kind of half, written already, but Sean obviously, changed the melody, changed the lyrics, and we rearranged it for a Diamond Head song. And I always thought it was really good. It had a big chorus. It would have been a good single. Sometimes think if Brian Adams had written it, or if Bon Jovi had written it or something, it would probably have been a hit, because they have the infrastructure around the band, the promotional tool, and the money. But obviously Diamond Head didn't. So it just become an album track that is lying there. And I'm very proud of it. And I think it's a good, well-written song. And it was recorded in Birmingham at a studio called Music Station. And eventually, as I say, came out on the album Death and Progress in 1993. We supported Metallica at Milton Keynes Bowl. Because we got that gig earlier in the year, we thought that would be a perfect time to release the album. It seemed like there's bound to be a press build-up. We'd get all the magazines involved. So it coincided with that gig, really, and that was the big gig. Unfortunately, it wasn't a brilliant gig for Diamond Head. I was not very well. I ended up with shingles. It just wasn't a classic Diamond Head gig. We were probably under-rehearsed, and we got a new bass player, and it all sort of conspired against us a little. But God bless Metallica for giving us the opportunity to open in front of 60,000 people. So they did us a big favour. Good on them.
The dogs are howling and the night is black enough to touch. So hold up that fire, burning flame of love. And when the darkness comes like it does for a thought, you better run to my world, and we'll never come down. 'Cause when we're up, and we'll never stop trying. Ooh, baby, when it's tough, hell, it's tough. But what can I do when I'm loving you? And there's only a need for us to. And I'm racing to you on the breath of fire. Yeah, and my lips are open with that sweet desire. So come run into me, yeah. Run like the wind, run to my heart, don't stop. Run to my world, run to my mountain top. Run, yeah, yeah, until you drop, yeah. And we've nothing but time in a world of lies. But when I see love right there in my baby's eyes, hey, I can hold on to that something we got. I can be strong, just strong enough for the two of us. Into the shadows of our love we go. Familiar heartland at the edge of home. On a long road, I'll see you there. Run like the wind, run to my heart, don't stop. Run to my world, run to my mountain top. I said, run, baby, run, baby, run, baby, run, baby, run till you drop. Yeah, yeah. Don't stop. Run, baby, run. Oh, oh, oh. Run, baby, run. Hold on to that fire, burning flame of love. Run, yeah, yeah. Run, yeah, yeah. Baby, run like the wind, run to my heart, don't stop. Baby, run to my world, run to my mountain top. I said, run, baby, run, baby, run, baby, run, baby, run, never stop. Run, baby, run, baby, run, baby, run, till you drop.
So, song number 3, my classic sung by another band. Now, normally I would pick Kashmir by Led Zeppelin from Physical Graffiti, because that is my favourite song, but I'm decided to change it for the day, and I'm going to go with Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin from Led Zeppelin 3. I just think it's it's just a classic kind of Zeppelin track. It's so original, and I'd never heard anything like it before. And since then, very few songs sound similar to that. It's inspired me to write something, but it's very hard to come up with something that's as sort of different and cool as that song, but without completely ripping it off. So I just think it all works. It all works well. The four guys are doing their parts. I heard it started with a drum pattern when the song was written. I don't know how true that is, but it makes sense to me that John Bonham would have played that riff, that pattern, and then maybe Page or John Paul would have come in on top of it with the riff, because it kind of fits exactly with the pattern. And I kind of feel that the drum pattern might have come first. And it's an interesting way of writing that is, because I've done that where you get a groove going, and sometimes that can inspire a song to something that fits with that beat. If you particularly like a beat or a pattern, you can come up with stuff to fit it, rather than the other way around where you just say, I've got a riff or I've got some chords. It's quite nice to start with the drum beat. So, yeah, I mean, Zeppelin are my favourite band, and Physical Graffiti is my favourite album, so I'm a big fan. And I saw Zeppelin once in 1979, me and 200,000 other kids at Nebworth, and Diamond Head were lucky enough to be offered the chance to play Nebworth in 2011, which, of course, was, a dream come true and something I thought would never happen. Again, we're opening for Metallica. Or in this case, it was the Big Four. So that was a bit special to think that you've got the main stage at Nebworth, you've got the Big Four, and then they decided, why don't we have Diamond Head to open for the Big Four? So there's just 5 bands on, and we probably went on stage at about 2:00, and got very well received. And I thought to myself, we're the only English band on this bill tonight, and we were playing in England at a classic venue. And I just hoped that people would see that, the Diamond Head's been around 30-odd years, give us a break, And it did go really, really well, and it was just a very special moment, of course, one I'll never forget.
Drive our ships to new land.
Hi, this is Pete Robus from Marillion and Transatlantic, and you're listening